this property came on market just for 24 hours. So 6 p.m. I got to know that this property is on the market until next day, roughly 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So my agent called me up. I was here like 7:30. I was here, we checked out the place. There were probably like 6 other people who checked out the place. The property was listed for $385,000, which was kind of good. And then we checked out the place. I love the ceiling height because if you can see, like I can't even touch touch the ceiling. So I love the ceiling height. I instantly knew this property has solid foundation. The ceiling height is amazing. I can work with this, and this is already an additional unit. So like if I buy this property, I am an amazing person in terms of bank's books because I already have like kind of a duplex. So I can show like legal income coming out of this property.
Yeah.
So it was like, so next day in the morning I had to put an offer. I had bid on a property for 435, which was a semi-detached duplex, like semi-detached secondary dwelling unit. This was like a fully detached. So I was like, I can bid 435, but then I really wanted this because I really like this, and I did the things I could do, like the things I was seeing for this property, like the perspective of Airbnb, renting it out. I was like, okay, I need to get this.
Yeah.
So I bid like 442, which was like a fair market value for the property. But I knew that it was in such a good neighborhood. Like if you walk out of my house, you will see at least 4 or 5 properties which are worth more than $800,000 just walking out of the door. So I knew that even if it's the smallish house you buy in the best neighborhood, you just buy something small if possible in the best neighborhood where everything is for $800,000, $1 million. So you don't have to drive the price of your house, they will drive the price of your house. So I instantly knew I wanted to do this. My realtor told me there's only like 3% sale that happened in the whole year, like in this area.
Oh wow.
So it was like people who live here for 20 years, 30 years, they don't sell and go. So I knew like this is like an amazing neighborhood. So I just went for it. I bid 442. I got the deal at like 2 p.m. Next day I got to know that I got the deal. The funny thing was my realtor told me there were 3 bids. One bid was above me, one bid was below me. So I'm like, how the hell did I get the deal? So the funny thing was the bid that was above me, that would be roughly $450,000 or $55,000. He had like finance conditions. Like I like to go no conditions when I'm really sure about the property. So, and it was like a bidding war kind of season. So you can't really compete if you have like,
conditions.
Conditions. And I was really sure when I saw the property, like I don't need inspection condition and I don't need financing conditions because this was kind of in my budget. So I did that. And then the property, like the bid above me was roughly $455,000. He probably had like finance condition and inspection condition. So the seller wasn't interested in that. And the bid below me, that was a crazy bid. Like he probably bid for $30,000 or something. But that guy was ready to put down a deposit of 35% of the purchase price. So he's roughly putting $150,000 in 24 hours.
As a deposit.
As a deposit. So you just imagine in the market where there's so much uncertainty with the COVID, why wouldn't a seller take his offer? Even if it's 10-15 grand less, it doesn't matter. This guy is gonna close. If he can give you like 150 grand in less than 24 hours, this guy's gonna close. But they ended up selling it to us. So one thing I learned from Matt McEwer, genius in real estate, he taught us that there is no reason to not write a cover letter.
Right.
And this kind of stuck with us. So like when we toured the house, we saw so many idols of our Indian gods and like nice mind-soothing quotes written all over the place. So we are like, okay, we're gonna use this to write a good cover letter because we need the house so bad. So me and my brother drafted a cover letter when we were driving back from Cambridge to downtown Toronto. Drafted a cover letter. Instead of we decided we'll also put a picture in the cover letter. So instead of putting all flashy, me and my brother in suit kind of picture, we put a cute looking me, my brother and our mom in the picture. Since these guys were Indians, we knew that they would love to sell the house to another fellow Indian, like who kind of respects the house for what it is.
Yeah.
And who really enjoyed the vibe and the aura that they had. presented in the house. So we were like, okay, we gotta do this. And it was such a blessing when our agent told us you got the house, and you wouldn't even believe you got the house because of the freaking cover letter. I was like, wow. So that was like a very, very beautiful day for me. So we ended up getting the house for 442K. We are like, okay, we've got the house. It is a very good house. I know once I renovate this, I can rent the upper unit for roughly $1,500 to $1,700, and then the lower unit, I can rent it out for roughly $1,200. That kind of gets it to cash neutral, but how can I make it cash positive?